I'm Leon Maycock, and I want to tell you about a new show I'm working on called 5 to 4. 9 justices that compose the Supreme Court are not the smartest people in the country. No. We are, that's right. Every week, Peter, Rhiannon, and Michael are going to take on a legally dubious Supreme Court decision. Listen and subscribe to 5 to 4, free wherever you get your podcasts. From the Westwood One Podcast Network, where the conversation starts.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial.
Ben Shapiro.
The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
Hey, it's Red Eye Radio. He is Eric Harley, and I'm Gary McNamara. 866-90 Red Eye. If you'd like to get into the show today, I just love this one. Step up. Democratic mayors demand Biden take action to stem migrant tide. And also coming up on the show here, more U-Haul trucks left California than any other state in 2022. The top destination from California, Texas. All right. There you go. You have a number of massive companies moving, and a lot of individuals going to states where jobs are created, and the state isn't making it so expensive to live.
Precocious.
It's expensive, relatively speaking. It's expensive everywhere. These days, the rent is skyrocketing everywhere in the major metro areas, no doubt. But when you compare states like Florida and Texas to California and New York, wow. And people are doing what they have to do.
Annus Mirabilis.
There's no, at some point, there is that threshold where you say to yourself, I can't survive this. Well, it's just, the whole Kathy Hochul thing is just hilarious. Oh my God. It's playing in New York, really big. Has she offered to cook them dinner if they come back? It's just great. Get out, we don't want you. Yeah. No, we need your tax. Yeah, no. Don't leave. Yeah. We're going to make life better for you. Which tells you that, number one, they did leave when she said it. Number two, they're hurting, New York is hurting as a result of it. Top of the hour news is brought to you by House Brothers. Visit housebrothers.com.
This is Red Eye Radio on Westwood One.
All right, that's the word right there.
All right, we're going to do bench presses and curls for upper body today. Sound good?
I'm just so tired after driving the truck.
Have you downloaded the Weigh My Truck app from
Anything happen overnight that was noteworthy? Oh, 2 juveniles. Threatening. Okay, more people shooting each other.
Complete your entire way without ever leaving your truck.
Oh.
Rates on your mobile device, and scale tickets are automatically emailed to you. Best of all, weighing with CatScale means you're backed by the CatScale guarantee. Remember, time is money, so get weighed and get going with the Weigh My Truck app. Visit WeighMyTruck.com to find out more about how this app can revolutionize how you weigh your truck. That's WeighMyTruck.com.
Hey, truckers, it's time for today's Roll Haul of Holy Frozen Pizzas.
You know that 225 people were killed in Alabama prisons last year. That's a damn shame.
You know where they own death row?
No.
They saved us some money.
Yeah, I'm talking about stabbed, cut, shot, killed by other inmates. I mean, that's a shame.
But how many inmates are there? In the state?
Brother, 225
In the whole state?
Lead Owner Magazine gives you all of this and more. Complete executives and managers gives you the business intelligence on operations, vehicle maintenance, regulations, and information technology you need to stay ahead. But that's not all. With its monthly print publication, daily and weekly email newsletters, and a website updated several times a day, Fleet Owner has all the latest news and information delivered to you when you want it and where you want it. From industry experts to award-winning writers and columnists, Fleet Owner is the #1 source for trucking information in North America. Remember to visit fleetowner.com every day for the latest industry news. You can also sign up to receive Newsline, their free email newsletter, and subscribe to Fleet Owner magazine. Visit fleetowner.com. Fleet Owner, for news you can use.
The St. Christopher Truckers Relief Fund invites all over the road Class A CDL holders to join our smoking cessation program, Rigs Without Cigs. Participants receive tools to assist in quitting, along with support and accountability from the program manager and others in the program. Incentive packages are offered by the Road Pro family of brands for all who stop using tobacco through the Rigs Without Cigs program. Go to truckersfund.org under the Health and Wellness tab and sign up for Rigs Without Cigs.
WLWIAM is News Radio 1440, also heard on 95.1 HD.
Do you know what I know?
CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm Linda Kenyon in Washington. 11 rounds of balloting in the U.S. House of Representatives and still no speaker. Kevin McCarthy tells reporters he's not giving up.
So if this takes a little longer and it doesn't meet the deadline, that's okay, because it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Some 20 members of McCarthy's party continue to block him. Today marks 2 years since the riot at the U.S. Capitol building. The White House is planning a special ceremony today.
I'm Stephen Portnoy at the White House, where President Biden will mark the occasion by awarding the nation's second highest civilian honor. Police officers who battled rioters, election workers who suffered harassment, and state and local officials who affirmed the results will be given the Presidential Citizens Medal. One will go posthumously to Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick, who died from the strokes he suffered after scuffling with rioters.
The suspect in the murders of 4 Idaho college students has made his first court appearance. CBS's Omar Villafranca reports on new details about the killings.
A roommate identified as Dylan Mortensen told police she thought she heard Kaylee Gonzalez say, "There's someone here," around 4 a.m. Mortensen told police after hearing someone crying and a man saying something to the effect, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." She opened her door and saw a figure clad in black clothing and a mask that covered the person's mouth and nose walking towards her. Mortensen described the figure as a tall male with bushy eyebrows.
The suspect is being held without bail. The Biden administration today is expected to announce its largest assistance package to date for Ukraine. CBS's Cami McCormick reports.
This latest package will include for the first time several dozen Bradley fighting vehicles. Pentagon spokesman Brigadier General Pat Ryder.
This will be an armed capability that will be able to carry mechanized infantry into battle and, again, afford protection on the battlefield.
Germany is also providing armored personnel carriers and a Patriot missile battery. Ukraine wants tanks, but the Pentagon says the Bradleys, which are more agile, could change the equation on the battlefield.
Severe rain and flooding continues to pound parts of California. This man in Santa Cruz describes what's going on in his own neighborhood.
There's a house that completely lifted off its foundation and is sitting in the middle of the street, blocking the rest of the neighborhood off.
The December jobs report is due out this morning.
Economists are looking for payrolls growth approaching 200,000 jobs, which would be the lowest in 2 years. Employers added 263,000 jobs in November. That number is subject to revision. The December unemployment rate is seen holding steady at 3.7%.
That's Mark Hamrick of Bankrate.com. And this is CBS News.
Nobody should have to pay for one-size-fits-all insurance coverage. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance so you only pay for what you need. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? Would you recognize a 15-year-old boy
Extra spending to help feed his little sisters?
or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. I am Hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerin.America.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
My Pillow is always looking for ways to solve everyday problems. Introducing a 6-piece towel set that includes 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, and 2 washcloths. Right now, you can receive a 6-piece set for only $39.98 with promo code SKY. MyPillow products come with a 10-year warranty and have a 60-day money-back guarantee. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, and enter promo code SKY, or call 800-635-1825. That's MyPillow.com, promo code SKY.
One of the sons of notorious drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman has been arrested in Mexico. Reporter Chris Fox has the details.
Nicknamed the Mouse, El Chapo's son Ovidio Guzman Lopez is believed to be one of 4 sons running the Sinaloa cartel. He's said to have ordered the murders of informants, a rival drug trafficker, and a popular Mexican singer who refused to perform at his wedding. Ovidio Guzman was briefly taken into custody back in 2019, but was released on the orders of President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador to avoid bloodshed from the cartel. Chris Fox for CBS News, Austin.
A 23-year-old man has been sentenced to a record 20 years in prison for selling fentanyl pills that killed a Colorado teenager. Federal prosecutors say Nathaniel Corser sold 2 blue pills with the imprints M and 30 to 19-year-old Caden Norlander at a park in Colorado Springs. The drugs appeared to contain fentanyl. Linda Kenyon, CBS News.
Honor to cover funeral expenses and care expenses, was passionate about aviation.
To tell me that he was always dedicated and open to doing the best job and the best foot forward.
Palmer says he feels for his co-workers who witnessed the tragedy, hoping it serves as a wake-up call to always be adamant about safety in the workplace.
We need to be more diligent and more resourceful and be looking out for each other.
How is that possible?
From Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We help men navigate complex legal matters.
How does that happen?
To schedule an appointment with firm's Birmingham area attorneys. Office in Birmingham. No representation is made that the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers. Online at CordellCordell.com. You wash your hands, you brush your teeth, but what about the nose? How do you clean the nose with no cloth? Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, and germs. And it's why cleaning your nose, the body's air filter, is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. People try Navage to run to breathe. Sinusitis, colds, allergies, snoring, things that make it hard to breathe with your nose. But over time, they find that cleaning your nose makes you feel better, a lot better. Over 3 million Navage users have written more than 100,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying best product I've ever used, and amazing. I love my Navage. Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less. But the biggest payoff is improved health. Navage is good personal hygiene and can help you stay healthy. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, NAV,
You have many financial goals. You want to buy or pay off your house. You need to replace your car. You want to pay for a wedding, send your kids to college, travel the world, and one day retire. But how?
The Afford Anything podcast explains the economy and the market, detailing how to make wise choices on the way you spend and invest.
Afford Anything is not a podcast that tells you what to do. It's a podcast that teaches you how to be.
Do you know what I know?
And build a better life.
Afford Anything.
Oh.
Join Sean Hannity.
Good morning, world.
For the Encore Show.
The Chinese, the Russians don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
Do you know what I know? Okay, let's go.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Stand Up to Cancer. Killbot and Johnson Holmes welcoming you back to the City Center Convenience Mart. Uh-oh, she's looking at the cigarettes, but she just grabs the gum off the counter. Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer. Go to takeahealthystand.org.
Another nice day today, although a little cooler than yesterday by a few degrees. We'll get up to about 60, give or take, under mainly sunny skies. Just a few afternoon clouds swinging on through. That would be about it. The wind will be light for today. Cold again tonight, mid and upper 30s. Patchy frost is possible to start your Saturday. Saturday is looking great, upper 60s, sunshine, but rain moves in. I think a little bit of light rain is possible on Sunday.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Your Friday kicks off with one minor accident already reported. Narrow lane at South Boulevard, so keep your eyes open there. Outside of that, we're looking good. Interstate system moving smoothly. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. The shopping is great at Festival Plaza. Stop by Bougie Nails and Spa.
Bougie.
Experience and so much more.
Bougie.
Festival Plaza, Taylor at Vaughn. Colliers managed development. Buckle up. It's the law.
I'm stuck up.
Traffic, this is Major Delay.
You love your car, yes? But why are you not loving it with those tires that carry you and your family everywhere? Let Chico's Auto Pros show some love with our super savings tires. Chico's Auto Pros.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams at WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Friday. The woman killed in a tragic accident at Montgomery Regional Airport has been identified as Courtney Edwards. Edwards was a ground employee of Piedmont Airlines, part of the American Airlines network. Witnesses say she was walking toward a plane with its engine still running and was ingested into the engine. She died on New Year's Eve. With the new COVID-19 subvariant, the State Department of Public Health wants people to get an updated booster. In the week following the holidays, more than 25,000 people have tested positive for the virus. The state positivity rate is at 23.1%. It hasn't been that high since August. Faulkner University is implementing a tuition freeze due to, quote, the current economic stresses. University President Mitch Henry said the school wants to ease the family burden. The tuition freeze will start for traditional students enrolling in the fall. I'm Jasmine Williams, and these are your morning headlines.
Hi, this is Tom Latham with Penny Earning Concrete Technologies. For years, you've heard me talking about our concrete projects, from stamped and patterned concrete to foundations for commercial manufacturing, driveways to commercial parking lots, even heavily invested in polished concrete for durable and inexpensive long-term service. What you may not know is we have equipment for clearing lots for construction, clearing and ridding land of scrub and underbrush. We cut roads, clear fence lines, clear pond dams, and pretty much any application where land is overgrown. We have mulchers that can grind underbrush into shreds and return it to nature for compost. Our equipment is minimally invasive, not disturbing and upturning your property where additional grading might be necessary. To clean or clear your property, call Penny Earned at 334-284-9292 and let us transform your overgrown property into a manageable and productive one. Check us out on Facebook at Transformers or call 334-284-9292.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
If you are 65 or older, you know this. Watching your hard-earned dollars fly out the window on healthcare costs is so frustrating, but here's some great news. If you missed the December 7th deadline for open enrollment, it's not too late. Here's something that can really help. It's MediShare 65 Plus. MediShare is a community of Christians who share each other's healthcare bills. People who encourage and pray for each other too. MediShare 65 Plus is a low-cost option for those with Medicare Parts A and B, and it fills in the gaps where Medicare stops. It's a great way to fight inflation too. You can lock in one low monthly price for up to 10 years. Plus, it's easy. You can use any Medicare-approved doctor or get 24/7 telehealth access from the comfort of your home. So worth looking into. MediShare 65 Plus is open for enrollment, and if you join right now before January 31st, your second month will be free. So don't miss this chance. Call 844-SHARE-65. That's 844-SHARE-65. 844-SHARE-65.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
Woo! Woo!
Tomorrow morning if you wake up and
And good morning, everybody. Hope this day finds you well and in good spirits and feeling blessed as you are to greet another day above the ground, and the ground's not above you. Good morning to you. It's time for our daily bread. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. Our daily bread, a time to reflect upon the happenings of the day and your life. It is January the 6th, 2023 AD. It is a day that has never been, and it is a day that shall never, ever come again. Today's daily bread is simply entitled Made for Adventure. And the scripture insight today comes from Genesis 1:21 through 28. But Genesis 1:28 says, "Be fruitful and increase in number. Fill the earth and subdue it. Govern yourselves accordingly." Again, it is January the 6th, 2023. It's a day that's never been, and it is a day that will never, ever come again. And once it's gone, you don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get a chance to come back and do all the things that you should have done this day that you don't. And more importantly, you don't get a chance to come back and do the things that you should have done. So whatever it is that you do with this day, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done this day. If you've lived a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace and mercy of God, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with them? Well, whatever we do what we can, while we can, until we can't. Something for somebody else. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we need to do it better than any man living, any man dead, or any man yet to be born can do it. And I say if that is the standard by which you live life, you'll always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you're never a failure until you quit. We say give out if you must. Rest if you can. But you never, ever, ever quit. You never give up. Because quitters, well, they'll never win. And winners, well, they may fail at a thing or two. They never give up. Martin Luther King said, if you cannot run, walk. And if you cannot walk, crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving forward. Don't ever give up. And ask for some help along the way if you need it. There's no shame in needing a hand. Good morning to you, Montgomery. It's a great day. A very fine day to be alive. Again, January the 6th, 2023. Made for Adventure. That's our daily read for this day, January the 6th, 2023. We'll be back. Hopefully.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. I'm Sheridan Boise, and I've titled our reading today, Made for Adventure. I recently made a wonderful discovery. Following a dirt path into a cluster of trees near my home, I found a hidden homemade playground. A ladder made of sticks led up to a lookout. Swings made from old cable spools hung from branches, and there was even a suspension bridge slung between boughs. Someone had turned some old wood and rope into a creative adventure. Swiss physician Paul Tournier believed that we were made for adventure because we're made in God's image. Just as God ventured forth to invent a universe, just as he took the risk of creating humans who could choose good or evil, and just as he called us to be fruitful and increase in number, fill the earth and subdue it, we too have a drive to invent, take risks, and create new things as we fruitfully rule the earth. Such adventures may be large or small, but they are best when they benefit others. I bet the makers of that playground would get a kick out of people finding and enjoying it. Whether it's inventing new music, exploring new forms of evangelism, or rekindling a marriage that's grown distant, adventures of all kinds keep our heart beating. What new task or project is tugging at you right now? Perhaps God is leading you to a new adventure. Today's scripture reading is from Genesis chapter 1, verses 21 to 28. So God created the great creatures of the sea and every living thing with which the water teems and that moves about in it, according to their kinds, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful and increase in number and fill the water in the seas and let the birds increase on the earth." And there was evening and there was morning, the fifth day. And God said, "Let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, the livestock, the creatures that move along the ground, and the wild animals, each according to its kind." And it was so. God made the wild animals according to their kinds, the livestock according to their kinds, and all the creatures that move along the ground according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals, and over all the creatures that move along the ground." So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God he created them. Male and female he created them. God blessed them and said to them, "Be fruitful and increase in number. Fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, and over every living creature that moves on the ground." Let's pray together. Adventurous God, would you give us a brand new adventure to pursue today? May it be stretching, taking us out of our comfort zones where we have to rely on you, your strength, your empowering, your opportunities, your open doors. May it be creative and helpful, bringing something beautiful into the world. May it be driven by love, bringing great benefit to others. Lord, would you give us a new adventure to pursue with you and for the sake of others? We ask it in Jesus' powerful and adventurous name. Amen. Thanks for listening. I'm Sheridan Boise, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Time to rise and shine, people. Time to get up. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do this. Come on now.
Here we go.
Here we go.
All the way, gotta be up.
Time to rise and shine. Oh, yeah. Here it go. Here it go. Here we go. Here it comes. It's coming right now. Here you go. Here you go. There we go. Down in the mess hall on my knees, but a can of beans. Nothing to eat but a can of beans. The bread was moldy and the meat was bad.
Bread was molded and the meat was
well, you know darn well that you can't eat that.
You know darn well that you can't eat that. Here we go.
Here we go.
All the way.
All the way.
Gotta be.
Gotta be. Rough and tough. Airborne all the way. When I was young, I always wanted to be in the 82nd Airborne, needs a breeze. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do it right. Jump from an aircraft while in flight.
All the way, airborne, airborne, all the way.
Drive it on, drive it on. All the way, airborne, airborne, all the way. Drive it on, drive it on.
Early one morning.
In the drizzling rain, well, I picked up my parachute and boarded the plane. Jump master said 1 minute to go. Green light lead with steering blow. Oh, yeah. Great day to be a paratrooper, whether it believes it or not.
Driving on, all the way, airborne, airborne, all the way, driving on.
Driving on. Driving on.
Here we go.
Here we go.
All the way.
All the way.
Gotta be.
Gotta be. Rough and tough. Airborne. All the way. All right, now it's time. Oh, no, wait, hold on. No PT today. I forgot. No PT. Hey. First Sergeant, no PT. Okay. Stop. Top. I know you're retiring soon. I know you want to get out. But listen, Fridays, We are the reserve crew. We don't do PT on Friday. That's for the young guys, okay? We're just keeping the limbs warmed up just in case we get the call. So 4 days a week is enough for a sergeant to do PT for us, all right? And that first sergeant says retired first sergeant. Okay, I'm just saying you can't really order us around right now. We just give you some respect for the thing that's on your collar. However, what we will do every day is make sure that we honor and pay homage to all of our armed forces of the United States. The young men and women who sit on the wall someplace in the world and say, not on my watch. We'll do our best to make sure nothing happens to you tonight. Good morning to you. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, and the whatever that other thing that the Air Force has now. What's it called? Space Force. That's right. But locally here in Montgomery, Alabama, let us give homage and pay some respect to Montgomery Sanitation Department. Good morning, guys, and Montgomery Police Department. Daryl Finley and all his folks over there. Who else we got? We got the Sheriff Department, the High Sheriff of the County of Montgomery, Alabama, which is Derek Cunningham. Also, ALEA, Alabama Law Enforcement Agency. Hey, everybody else calls them state troopers, but for some reason, Alabama and some idiot up there decided to call them ALEA. Okay, but I'm still calling them the state trooper. Okay, I like that smoky hat and all, you know. I thought about being a drill sergeant. Yeah, I thought about it for like 3 minutes. That's like going through basic training every 8 weeks. Forget that. Anyway, did I miss anybody? Get the police department? Oh, Montgomery Maintenance Department. Got to talk about it. You don't want to disrespect them. Okay, we don't get. Also, give homage to Maxwell Air Force Base in Gunner. This is an Air Force town after all, and we got to pay homage. Besides that, without the Air Force would be no airborne. So we got to give some props to those guys also. All right? Did I get everybody? Everybody? Sanitation Department, Sheriff Department, Police Department, ALEA. Oh, yeah, Alabama National Guard. Good morning, First Sergeant. I'll make sure I get down, knock out 10 when this is all over. Not right now, though. And good morning to 50-50 out there if he's still awake this time of morning. He's probably getting some rest, though, so say good morning to him also. Got a couple of guests coming up. Got 2 guests coming up. There's one in the 7 o'clock hour and one in the 8 o'clock hour. Yes. Oh, yeah. It's Friday. You know, I don't like to work hard on Fridays. Their motto is Semper Fidelis, but most of the Marines couldn't pronounce that. So they went on, they made it short, make it easy. Okay, they said Semper Fi. Well, whether it's Semper Fidelis or Semper Fi, it means the same thing no matter how it's said. Always, not sometimes. Not Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but always faithful. Good morning, Jarheads. It's time to rise and shine. The Army used to have a saying. They change it every year, every couple of years. Woo! Alrighty. Now we got to take a break, but when we come back, we have a, on Mondays and Wednesdays, on Mondays and Fridays, I played my audio piece. Today is no different. I'm going to come back with some TD Jakes. 6 words. Can 6 words describe your life? Or a powerful event in it? It's about how you can tell. Is that, it's not how many words you use. It's the words you use. We'll come, and then after that, we'll go to Lessons of Life, Word of the Day, and some other stuff we got to put up with today. Okay, so we shall return uno momento. It's 6:28 in the morning. If you got to be there by 7 o'clock, you have exactly 32 minutes by which to arrive. Okay, and for any guests that's coming in today, make sure you guys call my phone so I know you're downstairs, 241-9998. So I know you're down there. I come let a sister and let a brother in. Okay, we shall return uno momento.
A first alert weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
Another nice day today, although a little cooler than yesterday by a few degrees. We'll get up to about 60, give or take, under mainly sunny skies. Just a few afternoon clouds swinging on through. That would be about it. The wind will be light for today. Cold again tonight, mid and upper 30s. Patchy frost is possible to start your Saturday. Saturday is looking great, upper 60s, sunshine, but rain moves in. I think a little bit of light rain is possible on Sunday. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Your Friday kicks off with one minor accident already reported. Narrow lane at South Boulevard, so keep your eyes open there. Outside of that, we're looking good. Interstate system's moving smoothly. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. The shopping is great at Festival Plaza. Stop by Bougie Nails and Spa, share experience, and so much more. Festival Plaza, Taylor and Vaughn, a Colliers managed development. Buckle up. It's the law for Montgomery Skywatch traffic. This is Major Delay.
You love your car, yes? But why are you not loving it with those tires that carry you and your family everywhere? Let Chico's Auto Pros show some love with our super savings on tires. Chico's Auto Pros.
Are your video games listening to you? Well, that's exactly what players found out this week in Apex Legends. Players in the text chat within a match were discussing controversial internet personality Andrew Tate before they were suddenly banned. It seems the term Andrew Tate is completely blacklisted regardless of context. So even players who dispute the controversial figure's crappy takes got the boot. Unless you're looking for a ban, steer clear of Andrew Tate.
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
Oh, won't you stick with me, baby? I'm going to make a lot of bread. I mean both money and actual bread. But right now I need dough, cause my delivery truck's dead. And by dough I mean money. Trucks don't run on bread.
Owning a small business isn't always as lovely as it sounds, but with personalized discounts that save you money, Progressive Commercial keeps you humming along. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
I need more dough, need with an N. I need more dough, need with a K.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage and discounts not available for all vehicles or states. Policy terms and conditions apply.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
If you are 65 or older, you know this. Watching your hard-earned dollars fly out the window on healthcare costs is so frustrating, but here's some great news. If you missed the December 7th deadline for open enrollment, it's not too late. Here's something that can really help. It's MediShare 65 Plus. MediShare is a community of Christians who share each other's healthcare bills, people who encourage and pray for each other too. MediShare 65 Plus is a low-cost option for those with Medicare Parts A and B, and it fills in the gaps where Medicare stops. It's a great way to fight inflation too. You can lock in one low monthly price for up to 10 years. Plus, it's easy. You can use any Medicare-approved doctor or get 24/7 telehealth access from the comfort of your home. So worth looking into. MediShare 65 Plus is open for enrollment, and if you join right now, before January 31st, your second month will be free. So don't miss this chance. Call 844-SHARE-65. That's 844-SHARE-65. 844-SHARE-65.
Oh man, I have another hangnail. You shouldn't pick at your toes. Daddy says you might cause ingrown toenails. Speaking of Daddy, it's time to remind people how important it is to see a podiatrist. Yeah, Shannon, our dad, Dr. Brian Kelly, treats things like tendonitis and bunions. If a person is diabetic, it's important to have a foot exam by a podiatrist. Call today for an appointment at 265-7585. Happy feet start here.
No representation is made as to the quality of podiatric services to be performed or as to the expertise of podiatrists performing such services.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Hi, I'm Dr. Brian Kelly, and as a podiatrist, it
is my job to identify small problems in your feet and help prevent them from becoming big problems. New government regulations allow for an annual diabetic foot exam to cut down on the number of amputations and control the cost of health care. So call me, Dr. Brian Killy, at 265-7585. That's 265-7585. Locations in Montgomery and Greenville. Follow us on Facebook at Greenville Foot Care. Happy feet start here.
No representation is made as to the quality of podiatric services to be performed or as to the expertise of podiatrists performing such services.
Don't miss Sean Hannity.
Biden incoherently adheres
Live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
And here we go, here we go.
Ernest Hemingway, who was a prolific author and writer, who knew the power of words. Ernest Hemingway made a bet with a group of authors over lunch. And this bet that Ernest Hemingway made with these authors over lunch has become an anecdote about his life. They bet Ernest Hemingway $10 that he could not write a short story in 6 words. They bet Ernest Hemingway $10 that he could not write a short story in 6 words. And Hemingway took the bet because he was a genius when it came to making words count. He took the bet and he took a napkin and scribbled these 6 words on the napkin that are a powerful story. Here's the 6 words that Ernest Hemingway wrote a short story in 6 words. The words are for sale, baby shoes never worn. That's a powerful, powerful story. Everybody in here this morning got a 6-word story. Here's another story that somebody might have. There has been a terrible accident. Six words. There has been a terrible accident. Six words. Here's my 6-word story. I'm leaving. The marriage is over. Here's somebody else's story. Your position is no longer needed. Here's somebody else's story. I just want to be friends. Here's somebody else's story. The cancer isn't responding to treatment. Six words. Here's somebody else's story. You are not able to conceive. That's somebody else's story. Here's the last story. Here's a rose off the casket. 6 words. Did I say it was over? No, it's not. Because God has 6 words that That's the point of this whole sermon. God will not waste your pain. God will not waste your pain. God will not waste your pain. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. God will not waste your pain. Cry in the midnight, but weeping will endure for a night. But joy will come in the morning. Let them fire you on your job. No weapon sown against me will be able to prosper. Let your enemies think they have the upper hand. Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. But God will not waste your pain. Go through whatever you got to go through. Cry as long as you think you need to cry. But then pick yourself up, take a bath, put some clothes on, come back to church on Sunday morning and said, I thought I'd never stop crying. But the Lord dried my tears. I thought I'd never laugh again. But here I am in the house of God, testifying that if you trust and never doubt, he will surely bring you out. Somebody got a story that I just mentioned a moment ago.
You know what I've noticed about God's trials? He hardly ever tells you this is a trial, and if you hold out for 6 months, you'll be through. And some of us get to 5 months and 29 days, and we give up. We didn't know we only had one more day. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. There's no precedent in the Bible for giving up. God determines how long the test will last, not we. Never give up. You cannot bypass endurance. You know who I'm speaking to? Me. You cannot bypass endurance and enter into the promises of God. You can come so far. The completeness is only through endurance. And just when it seems impossible to hold on, that's the time to hold on. Don't give in. I would like to say that to several of you individually. You're in the test. You're doing all right. Just hang in there. Don't back out. Don't give up. God is faithful. I've been asked sometimes if I had a message to leave for posterity, what would it be? I always say I can give it to you in 3 words. God is faithful. God is faithful.
God will not waste your pain. God will not waste your pain. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. God will not waste your pain. Cry in the midnight, but weeping will endure for a night. But joy will come in the morning. Everybody here. Everybody here has a 6-word story. thank God, that's just one chapter. God has not written the end of the book. Because when you look in the back of the book, there are some answers in the back of the book. If you don't know how things are going to turn out in your life, the answer is in the back of the book. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth passed away. And our John saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven like a bride dressed up for her husband. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. There shall be no more sorrow or crying, no more pain or death, for the former things are passed away. Behold, we see through a glass darkly, but one day face to face, I will know even as also I am known.
6 words. That is our audio presentation for the day. I hope it helped you somewhat and give you a different perspective on life or something. Change your perspective on life, whatever it gets me. TD Jakes has a way of doing that, though. I didn't like TD Jakes for a long time. And I play these things every, and it won't be just him, it'll be other people. So, and if you have one that you'd like me to play, something that you think will help people and help them out in times of despair or times of loss, please give me, send it to me, kevin.elkins@cumulus.com. I'll give it. Okay, no, Elkman. Kevin.elkins@cumulus.com. Since I actually do check my emails these days. So do that, all right? Good morning to you. It is time for Lessons of Life and the Word of the Day. That's I'm helping you guys try to be a wordsmith like me. I want you guys to get out there and know how to tell people where to get off without making them feel bad about it. Okay? Really, okay. But first, the word of the day. The word of the day means to give control, responsibility, or authority to someone, to trust someone with a job or duty. It can also mean to choose someone to do something. Now that's the definition. What is the word? Okay, I'm not going to wait all day because I don't have a whole lot of time. So I'm going to tell you what the word is. Okay. The word is delegate. That's right. To delegate means to give control, responsibility, or authority to someone, to trust someone with a job or duty. It can also mean to choose someone to do something. And out of all the things that when I got out of the military that I could not understand, when Mrs. Jones went home with a cold, nobody else in the civilian office could do the job because nobody delegated a second in charge or a third in charge. And that was the most frustrating thing that I ever ran into. Like, so Mrs. Jones not here, so nobody can do it. Nobody's been delegated to carry out her duties while she's not here. Civilians are crazy like that. I ain't mad at you. That's just the way it goes. Okay, that's the system you guys got in place. But I would tell you, it is always good to delegate the knowledge and the responsibility to somebody else when the first person leaves. Kind of like the president of the United States. If something happens to the president of the United States, who takes over? The VP. Something happens to the VP, who takes over? The Speaker of the House. Now, the problem is I haven't got past the Speaker of the House yet. I watched that Lone Survivor thing on Netflix. They got a hodgepodge of different things, but it's president, vice president, Speaker of the House. Okay, because it's already been laid out. The responsibilities have been delegated. Yeah, see, I worked that in there. Anyway, you see how I worked that in there? That was pretty good. Yeah, that's true. Anyway, lessons of life. These are things that happen to us, things we go through, things we learn from as we travel the highway in the journey of life. You can't get there unless you get there. You can't tell me about running a mile if you've never ran a mile. Okay, I won't listen to you. I say, talk to the hand. Talk to the hand. You can't tell me about running a business unless you have ran one. If your whole life, all you've done is sign the back of the check, talk to the hand. Okay? But when you paid other people, when you put your own money online, when you have put everything you have at risk, then we can have a conversation. Okay. So in other words, these are the lessons of life. These are things that you learn as you go through life. Okay. Now, today's lesson of life is, it's okay. It gives us at least something to reflect upon. 6:49 in the morning. Never ever regret a day in your life. Good days give us pleasant moments and happiness. Bad days give us experiences, hopefully that we will learn from. Worst days give us lessons of life. And the best days give us memory. Jimmy Valvano said something one day. He said in 1993 at the ESPY Awards, he said there are three things you ought to do each day. Now, it's kind of hard to do all three of these, but I've had days where I've done all three of these. He said, you should think, you should laugh, and you should cry. And if you have a day where you have done all three of those, my friends, you have had a day to remember. And I've had those days. And if you live long enough, you will have those days also. So again, never regret a day in your life. Good days give happiness. Bad days give experiences. Worst days give us lessons. And the best days give us memories. And those, my friend, is the lessons of life. So the word of the day is delegate. Give control, responsibility, or authority to somebody else. To trust someone else with a job or a duty. We got to learn how to do that more often. Because the next time Mrs. Jones, leaves the office and nobody can do her job, I'm going to ask that somebody be fired. All right. Good morning to you. These are some of the things that have happened in the world on this day. On January 6, 1945, George Herbert Walker Bush married Barbara Pierce at the First Presbyterian Church in Rye, New York. I said that's a big deal, but okay. 1759, George Washington and Martha Dandridge Curtis were married in New Kent County, Virginia. 1838, Samuel Morse and Alfred Vail gave the first successful public demonstration of the telegraph in Morristown, New Jersey. 1912, New Mexico became the 47th state. And I'm trying to figure out how they knew where the state lines were back in those days. We didn't have GPS. I mean, how did they know? I think they did a lot of guessing. Have you ever looked at the map of the United States? I mean, we got some strange configurations of these states. Well, we'll get to that some other time. 1919, the 26th president of the United States, Theodore Roosevelt, died at Oyster Bay, New York, at the age of 60. 1941, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, in his State of the Union address, outlined a goal of 4 freedoms: freedom of speech and expression, the freedom of people to worship God in their own way, and the freedom from want. I don't know about that one, but okay. And the freedom from fear. Well, that's the only way you get freedom from fear. Somebody else got to be ready to fight the battle. I don't know about that one, Theodore. I don't know. Franklin. I don't know about that one. The freedom from want. Good luck on that one. Okay, good luck on freedom from want. But those were his. That was his mantra. Okay, I'm just trying. Now, I agree with the freedom for people to worship God in their own way, absolutely. But the freedom from want, we can have a conversation about that one. Because somebody's always going to want something. Okay, 1968 was the year a surgical team at Stanford University School of Medicine in Palo Alto, California, led by Dr. Norman Shumway, performed the first U.S. adult heart transplant, placing the heart of a 43-year-old man in a 54-year-old patient. The recipient died 15 days later. 1974, year-round daylight savings time began in the United States on a trial basis as a fuel-saving measure to respond to OPEC embargo. I still haven't figured out how that changes the issue of they got me on that one. You got me. I don't know, but I imagine some science or some mathematician said, well, if we only got 10 hours of daylight rather than 12 hours of daylight, maybe people go home when it get dark. I'm not sure. 1993, authorities rescued Jennifer Stopla and her infant son, Clayton, after Jennifer's husband, James, succeeded in reaching help, ending the family's 8-day ordeal after becoming lost in the snow-covered Nevada desert. Jazz trumpeter Dizzy Gillespie, 75, died in Englewood, New Jersey. Ballad dancer Rudolph, and no sense me messing up her Russian name here, died in suburban Paris at the age of 54. In 1994, on this day, figure skater Nancy Kerrigan was clubbed in the leg by an assailant at Detroit's Cobo Arena. 4 men, including ex-husband of Kerrigan's rival, Tanya Harding, went to prison for their roles in the attack. Harding pleaded guilty to conspiracy to hinder prosecution, but denied any advanced knowledge about the assault. And moving right along, 1998, a new bid to expand health insurance. President Clinton unveiled a proposal to offer Medicare coverage to hundreds of thousands of uninsured Americans between the ages of 55 and 64, which was not a bad idea, to tell you the truth. I mean, we all pay for that stuff anyway. I got no problem with that at all. 2001, Vice President Al Gore, presiding in his capacity as President of the Senate, Congress formally certified George W. Bush as the winner of the bitterly contested 2000 presidential election. Also on this day in 2003, Iraqi President Saddam Hussein accused UN inspectors of engaging in intelligence work instead of searching for suspected nuclear, chemical, and biological weapons in his country. And it was 14 years ago that Congress opened for business at the dawn of a new democratic era and the vows to fix the crisis-ridden economy. Right, and now they are the reason for the crisis. Republicans pledged to cooperation in Congress as well as President-elect Barack Obama to a point. Obama vowed to bring a long overdue sense of responsibility and accountability to Washington, failed miserably in that, but he's not by itself. A lot of people, a lot of presidents have failed miserably in that. So that's nothing new. 9 years ago, the U.S. Supreme Court stayed a decision by a federal judge striking down Utah's ban on same-sex marriage, and the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals in Denver could decide the issue. And on June 2014, the Court of Appeals overturned the ban. In October, the U.S. Supreme Court turned away appeals for 5 states seeking to preserve their ban, including Utah. Well, sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't. One more thing. 5 years ago, pushing back against a new book that said his own age questioned his competence, President Donald Trump defended his mental fitness in a series of tweets saying that he is like really smart and a very stable genius. Man, I consider who's in the White House now. Okay, leave that alone. I'm just going to stay on that. I'm just going to stay on that conversation. But he's more of a genius than the guy in there now, I'll tell you that much. But that's okay. We're going to leave that alone. About 100 million Americans were faced with a gusty deep freeze that followed a whopping East Coast snowstorm. The wind chill was close to 100, the minus 100 in New Hampshire's Mount Washington. Anyway, those are some of the things that happened on this day. All right, it is 6:57. See who this is. Yes. Now, why you call me this time? You know I don't take calls. No. But you know I don't take calls this time out. Why you do? But tell me why you do. You break the rules. You break the rules, and then you wonder why I get ticked off at you. You break the rules. So we'll talk to you next hour, Mr. Ed. Not now. I just don't want to leave a brother hanging on the phone all that time, making you think that I was coming to you. So anyway, okay. Now, but I do have a special announcement, something we're going to do differently from now on the show. And it's an experiment, and we are going to see how it is going to work out. We're going to check it out and see if it works the way I plan for it to work. Okay. Anyway, time's up. Got to go to the top of the hour, so we shall do that right now.
Courtney Edwards. Edwards was a ground employee of Piedmont Airlines, part of the American Airlines network. Witnesses say she was walking toward a plane with its engine still running and was ingested into the engine. She died on New Year's Eve. With the new COVID-19 subvariant, the State Department of Public Health wants people to get an updated booster. In the week following the holidays, more than 25,000 people have tested positive for the virus. The state positivity rate is at 23.1%. It hasn't been that high since August. Faulkner University is implementing a tuition freeze due to, quote, the current economic stresses. University President Mitch Henry said the school wants to ease the family burden. The tuition freeze will start for traditional students enrolling in the fall. I'm Jasmine Williams, and these are your morning headlines.
News Radio 1440 is WLWI AM and 95.1 HD3 FM of Montgomery.
This is the CBS World News Roundup, presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Linda Kenyon in Washington. The latest jobs report is due out later this hour. Bankrate.com's Mark Hamrick offers some insight on this upcoming report.
The job market isn't immune from forecasts for a weaker economy this year. A new Bankrate quarterly survey of economists put the odds of a recession this year at 64%. That doesn't mean a recession is a certainty, and it doesn't suggest the downturn would necessarily be severe, although there would be some level of job loss.
Another chance to win some serious cash. CBS's Serena Marshall has the details.
Lucky players will get another shot to win the Mega Millions jackpot, which now sits at $140 million. It's the fourth largest prize in Mega Millions history. The cash option for a winning ticket, just under $500 million.
The Mega Millions drawing will be held at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Today marks 2 years since the riot at the U.S. Capitol building. CBS's Steve Dorsey was inside the building that day.
The deadly attack shut down the U.S. Capitol building, prompting lawmakers, their staff, and journalists to evacuate to safety.
Attention, a curfew is in effect.
Since then, the Justice Department has prosecuted hundreds of people involved. Congressional investigations culminated with a scathing report from a Democratic-led House committee blaming Trump and recommending he be charged. Meanwhile, Capitol Police say they've made more than 100 security improvements. Steve Dorsey, CBS News, Washington.
Stunning new information revealed yesterday from Dylan Mortensen, a surviving roommate at the house where 4 University of Idaho students were stabbed to death. CBS's Omar Villafranca has details.
Mortensen told investigators she woke up around 4 a.m. and thought she heard Kaylee Gonsalves say, "There's someone here." Later, Mortensen said she heard what sounded like crying in Xana Kernodle's room. Then, a male voice say something to the effect of, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." When she opened her bedroom door, she told investigators she saw a man she did not recognize wearing black clothes and a mask.
The suspect was arraigned in Idaho yesterday on 4 first-degree murder charges. He is being held without bail. A unilateral 36-hour Russian ceasefire expected to begin today in Ukraine. CBS's Hugo Bashega is in Kyiv.
President Zelensky said this was a trick by Russia. He described it as a sign that Moscow is in a desperate situation. Many here believe that this is an attempt by Russia to give its troops a break, to stop Ukraine's advances in the east of the country where most of the fighting has been taking place.
This is CBS News.
Nobody should have to pay for one-size-fits-all insurance coverage. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? Would you notice the 16-year-old boy who got his first job, purchase vending to help feed his little sisters? Or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
MyPillow is always looking for ways to solve everyday problems. Introducing a 6-piece towel set that includes 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, and 2 washcloths. Right now, you can receive a 6-piece set for only $39.98 with promo code SKY. MyPillow products come with a 10-year warranty and have a 60-day money-back guarantee. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, and enter promo code SKY.
Baby.
1825. That's MyPillow.com, promo code SKY.
In the Deep South, long-standing water service problems continue. Here's CBS's Jim Crisula.
Jackson, Mississippi Mayor Chokwe Lumumba says the city has received nearly $800 million in federal money to help repair its failing water system. The money will be used to help replace pipes and sewer mains across the city.
We are one step closer to securing the estimated $2 billion needed to recover and fully modernize Jackson's water system.
It will take years to make the improvements to the city's long-troubled water system. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
Trying to repair its reputation, Southwest Airlines is offering customers 25,000 frequent flyer points on top of refunds and reimbursements for unexpected costs like hotels and meals. This comes after the airline canceled 15,000 flights over the holidays and left travelers stranded. Flight schedules are now back to normal. Linda Kenyon, CBS News.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
If you are 60,
I got love on my mind, and there's nothing but taking it on.
Here's some great news. If you missed the
Just a feeling, I feel it sad.
here's something that can really help. It's MediShare 65 Plus. MediShare is a community of Christians who share each other's healthcare bills. People who encourage and pray for each other too. MediShare 65 Plus is a low-cost option for Medicare stocks. It's a great way to fight inflation too. You can lock in one low monthly price for up to 10 years. Plus, it's easy. You can use any Medicare-approved doctor or get 24/7 telehealth access from the comfort of your home. So worth looking into. MediShare 65 Plus is open for enrollment. And if you join right now, before January 31st, your second month will be free. So don't miss this chance. Call 844-SHARE-65. That's 844-SHARE-65. 844-SHARE-65.
Online presence takes time, effort, and expertise. If you're overwhelmed, even the savviest business owner. So, meet Cumulus Boost. We're experts at boosting the online presence for businesses of every type. We make sure potential customers can easily find you and really like what they find. Your website, online listings, consumer reviews, and more. Cumulus Boost, online at cumulusboost.com. CUMULUS Boost.com.
Hi, this is Tom Latham with Senior Earning Concrete Technologies. For years, you've heard me talking about our concrete projects, from stamped and patterned concrete to foundations to commercial manufacturing, driveways to commercial parking lots, even heavily invested in polished concrete for durable and inexpensive long-term service. What you may not know is we have equipment for clearing lots for construction, clearing and ridding land of scrub and underbrush. We cut roads, clear fence lines, clear pond dams, and pretty much any application where land is overgrown. We have mulchers that can grind underbrush into shreds and return it to nature for compost. Our equipment is minimally invasive, not disturbing and upturning your property where additional grading might be necessary. To clean or clear your property, call Penny Earned at 334-284-9292 and let us transform your overgrown property into a
The only easy day was
Check us out
yesterday.
on Facebook at Transformers or call 334-284-9292.
We would like to say thank you to everyone.
And my guest is coming around 7:30. So just want you guys to know that around 7:30, somebody should be here. I'm saying it anyway. Check it out on Facebook.
Hey y'all, I'm Cody, Kansas, Carson, Cole. We would like to say thank you to everyone in Autauga, Elmore, and Montgomery County, voting us the #1 mattress store in the 2022 Reader's Choice Award. If you never shopped with us before, y'all come see us. Shopped with us in the past, y'all come back here. Don't count sheep, get a great night's sleep. Thank you again to Wolf Boys Betty, next to American Oak Moore, the #1 mattress store, 4245 with Hunter.
Jenny King, the king of queens. How do you and your staff get things done? It's teamwork. When a team works together, they can do anything. That's why all of us at Janny King, the king of clean, are excited to team up with you. At Janny King, our team has been working together for over 35 years, cleaning your places for work, education, medical attention, eateries, stadiums, and worship. Let our team help your team. Go to JannyKingCleans.com and trust your clean to the king. That's JannyKingCleans.com. Janny King, the king of clean.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
And okay, welcome back. We do have a guest coming in around 7:30. I thought it was going to be 7 o'clock, but that's kind of early for some vegans to get up, I guess. You know, so we're going to make it at 7:30. We'll talk a little bit about the process by which to get a liquor license downtown after the state already gives you. I mean, it's crazy down there. They don't have any set standards. They just fly by the seat of their pants. Our whole city council does that. Even the ones I like. Something in the milk ain't clean. I'm just saying. Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine this morning if you can. It is another day above ground without the ground being above you. So you ought to be happy. You ought to be good. If you woke up this morning, you good. It's good. And no matter how bad your day is, there's no such thing as a bad day. Things happen in the day. They make it tough. But the only bad day is the one you don't see. So we good. Alrighty then. 860-1440 is the number here. You want to give us a call up, talk to whatever on your mind. I'm not going to really get into anything too deep, but I am wondering about something. Somebody asked me this question yesterday, and maybe somebody out there could know, so please call us this morning if you know. I understand that you don't have to have a license today for a concealed weapon, but do you have to get a license to buy a gun or to be in possession of a gun, whether it's concealed or not? Does anybody know? Have we done away? And somebody called the sheriff asked me, because I don't really know. I thought when they said, hey, you can walk around like the Wild Wild West with your piece on you, and then now I'm walking in. I'm in the store yesterday in Piggly Wiggly, and I see a guy come in with a big old gun on his side. I said, whoa, what's that all about? And I'm not nervous around guns most of the time, but it's not the gun that bothers me, my friends. It is the people who carry them. They bother me because I don't know who they are. I don't know what they are. I don't know. They may have a chance at going credit, but I don't know. I don't know. I think if you're going to carry, it ought to be concealed. I don't need to see your big old piece because then I get nervous. I was going back and give me some ice cream. I said, oh no, I think I'm getting the hell out of here just in case this guy go crazy. I had to be gone, so I couldn't do it. So now, business owners, if you don't want to lose customers like me, I don't mind them carrying it concealed. I don't know if you got it or not. That's fine. But when I walk, if a guy thinks he needs to carry a big ass gun like that on his side in the grocery store, going to pick up Pampers and stuff like that, what's wrong with him? But I do understand guns can save your life. I can, and that's what have a conceal. Since there is a law now that says you don't have to have a permit to carry a concealed weapon, then carry it concealed. Because used to be you had to have, if you carried it, you had to have it open. You had to have the weapon. If you didn't have a concealed weapons permit, you had to carry the weapon open so everybody could see it. Well, now that we got this thing going on, you don't really need to carry it open. You just hide it. Hide it for me, unless it's one of them really nice guns that I like to see, like that Glock. I like that thing, but that's a nice piece. Something about, putting that in your hand makes you think. Okay, I can't tell you what I've been thinking, but anyway. So do we have to have a license to purchase a gun, or do we not need that? Anybody know? 860-1440. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. I'm doing fine. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. I gotta take. Okay. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. On the phone with us, of course, is City Councilwoman Marsha Johnson from somewhere, wherever she is in her bat cave, someplace in Montgomery, Alabama. Good morning, Marsha. Pretty good. Now, I mean, you know, you should feel honored that I'm in. They jerry-rigged me into to your district now. You know, so I got my own. I just, yeah, just one. I got my own. You know, so. One of the things I want to ask you about the city council meeting, this alcohol thing is really, really becoming dangerously funny to me because the way you guys did Miss Germany the other day keep coming back, not you, but Audrey was against it, and so all of you guys went along with Audrey, and that's where y'all. Only when it comes to liquor licenses does everybody allow the person who represents that district to carry the full weight of the city council on the decision. Why is that? Okay, right. So let me ask you a question. Is there anything in the law that says they can only have so many liquor stores? Because if we're going to apply that standard, then we got too many car dealerships on Eastern Bypass, and I'm complaining about it. If one person can complain, then okay. No. Mm-hmm. So, right. So technically and legally, there's no prohibition on the number of legal businesses, even if they're like kind, to go into that. This is strictly up to the city councilman to either support it or not. But even if they don't support it, um, there's no legal precedence where it says you only can have 10 liquor stores on a corner. I mean, So where do you guys get the authority, the moral authority, or the legal authority to turn people down when they've got a legal business? Because okay, listen. I believe that people have a right to give their grievances, but here's my problem though. There's no precedent. Okay, it's a legal business. Now I got a right to not like it, and so do the customers. But if it's a legal business, then technically I don't see how you guys can turn people down. I mean, I like it. You know, I don't like getting a ticket for going 2 miles over the speed limit. I've gotten one before. I thought that was wrong too. But I guess I wonder, it's a legal process. I mean, is there anything in the law or Act 618 that says that you can turn people down if 10 people come down to the city council? And that's fine. Okay. But why is the liquor license the only thing that you guys will submit that decision to the city council person who quote unquote, represents that district? When other things come up, you guys actually vote your conscience and you vote individually. But when it comes to liquor licenses, everybody gets on board with the council person that represents that district. Why is that the only thing that it seems that you guys can agree to screw somebody on? Mm-hmm. Okay. So is there a prohibition of liquor stores being within a concentrated area? Is there a prohibition? Is there a ordinance or anything like that that say you can't have but so many within? Okay. But abortion clinics are okay. I'm just saying, abortion clinics on Perry Hill Road. I mean, so you can, okay, I'm with you. You can kill your children, you just can't drink. Okay, fine. Okay. Yeah, I understand. Okay, I'm with you. But it is a business that a lot of people don't like. And here's another thing. You guys have never fought the state coming in on Fairview Avenue, putting a liquor store, Mildred putting a liquor store. I realize that if you look at the hierarchy of leadership and the chain of command, we will be subservient to the state, but that don't mean you can't fight it. So why hasn't somebody took up that issue? Why can the state come and do what I can't do when I'm here, I live in this city? Does that mean we can't fight it? Right, but does that mean you cannot fight? Somebody needs to, well, fight it anyway. They got one on Fairview Avenue. They got one on Fairview Avenue right now, new one. They got one across the street from Boyd's place. There's a liquor store that I've never seen before. It's probably been there a while. For years? Oh, well, I guess I don't drink, so I don't notice those things. Okay. Well, anyway, but y'all still could fight it. Y'all still could fight it every once in a while. Well, let me ask something. You got kids? Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. So fight it anyway. But why not fight it? Why should they do what I can't do? because they scared. I'm not scared. So I'm asking you to do it. Fight it. Okay, see, you got this defeated. You got this. Okay, we are the owner of our kids, but we can't do with our kids anything we want to do. And although the state is high in the hierarchy, they're higher than us. Are you telling me they can just come to any place in town and put a liquor store if they want to? Right. Okay. That's another thing. So Jessica. Okay. No. So right. You don't have any authority, but for us to get this straight, the state of Alabama can compete with civilian businesses on the same street without going through the same process. Okay, and you guys don't think that's a fight worth having? Well, because they're not me. They defeated because you guys have this attitude, but that's the state. I'm telling you, they are a state agency that competes with small businesses on that street, and that's unfair to our businesses, our little guys who pay the taxes in the city of Montgomery. So somebody needs to at least fight the process and see if there can be a compromise. Oh, okay. Yeah, we do, because we forget they're there sometimes. Yeah, we do. Now y'all do everything. Okay. Okay, then. Anyway, listen, I know you're busy this morning. I just wanted a couple of minutes with you this morning. I appreciate it. But let's get some moxie down there. Let's be willing to fight. Put the gloves on. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm. Okay. Right. Well, Councilwoman, I appreciate it. Got my eye on you. But I appreciate you taking the time and coming on with us for a couple minutes this morning. You too. We'll be back right after this.
First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
Another nice day today, although a little cooler than yesterday by a few degrees. We'll get up to about 60, give or take, under mainly sunny skies. Just a few afternoon clouds swinging on through. That would be about it. The wind will be light for today. Cold again tonight, mid and upper 30s. Patchy frost is possible to start your Saturday. Saturday's looking great, upper 60s, sunshine, but rain moves in. I think a little bit of light rain is possible on Sunday. That's your First Alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking pretty good. Nothing's been reported recently by the authorities that would send anyone on an alternate route. You see something out there giving you trouble with traffic, safely contact us. We'll pass the info along. We do appreciate everybody's help. Registration for the 2023 Today's College for tomorrow's World.
But why are you not loving it with those cars that carry you and your family everywhere? Let Chico's Auto Pros show some love.
The news you need, the news you can trust, the news you radio1440.com.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministries.
If you are 65 or older, you know this. Watching your hard-earned dollars is so frustrating, but here's some great news. If you missed the December 7th deadline for open enrollment, 5+ MediShare 65 Plus is a low-cost option. You can use any Medicare-approved doctor or get 24/7 tele. If you join right now before January 31st, your second month will be free. So don't miss this chance. Call 844-SHARE-65. That's 844-SHARE-65. 844-SHARE-65. And you wash your hands, you brush your teeth, but what about the nose? How do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage
Hey, hello.
powered suction to pull saline in one nostril around the back.
Upstairs on the third floor. On the third floor. Is that door open downstairs?
Personal hygiene. People try Navage for lots of reasons. Snoring. Things that make
Yeah.
it hard to breathe through your nose. But over time, they find that cleaning their nose makes them feel better. A lot better.
Right. The big brown blue and all the glass in it.
1,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying best product
Right.
ever used.
I'll be right down to open it.
Improve health food at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, NAD, AGE, clean nose, healthy life.
Summer's here. Temperatures are soaring. Risk of developing skin cancer. The sun's harmful ultraviolet. Make sure to wear your protective clothing, like hats and long sleeves, and repeatedly reapply sunscreen.
This is State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris. For more information, visit our website, www.alabamapublichealth.gov.
I got smart about mortgages, smart about college.
When it comes to your money, what did online research?
Cannot believe the state has that power is to come over and screw us, glue us, and tattoo us.
Telling it like it
I can't believe
really
that.
is.
I cannot believe that.
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
Yeah, the old state got us by the hoose gal here and just come in your community, just throw what they want to throw in there, nobody fights them. Now, I understand constitutionally, don't get me wrong. I understand in the hierarchy of the chain of command that the state has authority. But that doesn't stop the city of Montgomery, the capital city of Montgomery, from trying to fight them on every level. Matter of fact, if we fight them enough, they go to Wetumpka, okay, Pike Road or someplace and put it, because I agree. Listen, I do agree. Sometimes it does seem we have too many liquor stores, but liquor is a legal business. Okay, it's a legal business. I mean, we let abortion clinics come in right next to churches. Hey, listen, so if we can tolerate that, why can't we tolerate another liquor store? Okay, I mean, Boyd trying to put a new place up on Fairview Avenue. People over there whining, but on the other hand, they whining about progress. I mean, we've got to figure out what we want to do. Do we want progress? Do we just want the same of the, I mean, and it does seem to me, I'm not mad at them, don't get me wrong, but if your name is Patel down there, and that's it, all of them name is Patel, I've really never seen any of them turned down. Never. Hold on. Let me answer this right quick. I think this is my guess. Yo. Okay. Gotta go downstairs and let my guest in. So y'all don't mind if I take an extended break, do you? I'll be right back.
News Radio 1440.
Man, we need a button up here where I can open the door down.
Rising food prices have doubled the number of families facing malnutrition. You can help. $50 provides a food kit to feed a family for a month. Just text the word radio to 97646.
Another nice day today, although a little cooler than yesterday by a few degrees. We'll get up to about 60, give or take, under mainly sunny skies. Just a few afternoon clouds swinging on through. That would be about it. The wind will be light for today. Cold again tonight, mid and upper 30s. Patchy frost is possible to start your Saturday. Saturday's looking great, upper 60s, sunshine, but rain moves in. I think a little bit of light rain is possible on Sunday.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. So far, so good. No major problems or accidents are being reported that we sent anyone on an alternate route. You keep listening, and we'll keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. From a simple patient transport to life and death situations, Haynes Ambulance is there for you both on the ground and in the air. Haynes Ambulance, ready at a moment's notice. Buckle up, it's the law. From Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
You love your car, yes? But why are you not loving it with those tires that carry you and your family everywhere? Let Chico's Auto Pros show some love with our super savings on tires. Chico's Auto Pros.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey, Wisconsin. Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
$300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the
Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code HOT for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on and other brands. Just download the Care Ministry.
If you are 65 or older, you know this. Watching your hard-earned dollars fly out the window on healthcare costs is so frustrating, but here's some great news. If you missed the December 7th deadline for open enrollment, it's not too late. Here's something that could really help. It's MediShare 65 Plus. MediShare is a community of Christians who share each other's healthcare bills. People who encourage and pray for each other too. MediShare 65 Plus is a low-cost option for those with Medicare Parts A and B, and it fills in the gaps where Medicare stops. It's a great way to fight inflation too. You can lock in one low monthly price for up to 10 years. Plus, it's easy. You can use any Medicare-approved doctor or get 24/7 telehealth access from the comfort of your home. So worth looking into. MediShare 65 Plus is open for enrollment. And if you join right now before January 31st, your second month will be free.
Come on here, Germany.
Miss this chance. Call 844-SHARE-65.
No, that's Jamaican. No, I ain't gonna sit there. I'm just probably where she gonna be right there, right there. No, go ahead.
Now I got some. You want to hold the camera? It's not gonna be that long, but
Yeah, yeah, right here, man.
My life as a real housewife in front of the camera and behind the podcast network where the
You got enough chair, Kevin.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lauren Carusi with today's tip
Are you all right?
the American Academy of Pediatrics. Did you know that tooth decay is an infection? Luckily, cavities are largely preventable. The bacteria that cause cavities pass from parents to children, so good oral health is a family affair. Take care of baby teeth as soon as they can. Brush and run good smear of toothpaste with fluoride. Talk with your pediatrician about your baby's oral health, and take them to the dentist by age 1. For more, visit healthychildren.org.
pull the chair and have a seat.
Yeah, I got it. Go ahead then.
Because without strength,
I got it, Kevin.
together, we will rise.
Go do it.
And here's the chair over here.
Yeah.
There's another chair out there.
Yeah, yeah. We got more than enough. Stand up, let me get this chair out.
News Radio 1440.
Come on.
Go ahead, go ahead. Yes, sir.
Okay.
He's up there.
I don't know. Okay, we're back. I had to get my my audience together here, my chairs and all that good stuff. You know how it works sometimes. Okay, now y'all hear the oh, put those headphones on now. Okay, now two people can wear headphones and other than that. Good. So anyway, I was at the city council meeting on the 20th of December. There was a city council meeting, and as usual, they turned somebody down for a liquor license unless your name is Patel, and then they give you a license all the time. And I ain't mad at the Patels either. Of course, you guys know Patel is a position, right? It's not really a last name. It means innkeeper or something to that effect. So that's why everybody who come down and name Patel, you know, I said, that one guy did all this, and everybody over there named Patel. Kind of like when you go to Korea, everybody named Lee. But anyway, so Miss German is Germany, right?
Correct.
Okay, she is here. She got turned down. Now, tell us a little bit about that, because you've been down there a couple of times. They made you wait a couple of weeks.
Yes, they did. They made me wait a couple of weeks. Then I went down there,
And just so happened, I was there, but she wasn't.
Mhm.
So they was like, well, since Miss Graham not here and she still not ready for it, we're going to just let you come back in a few more weeks.
Okay. It is my understanding that the place that you're trying to put this, what kind of business is it?
It's a retail store,
Mhm.
which is I sell my products that I sell worldwide, and my kids products I sell on Walmart, Amazon. I have accounts on GoDaddy and Etsy. And I hand make products. I also just sell different kind of products in my retail store because it's a retail store,
Mhm.
and I sell sea moss and different items like that.
Mm-hmm. So where did the liquor come in at? What is that? Just
It was wine. It's supposed to be wine and beer.
wine and beer.
Yes, that's what I signed up for, was wine and beer.
Now, my understanding doesn't Family Dollar or some of the people sell exactly the same thing?
Yes,
And they sell all kinds of things, and nobody turns their license down.
Correct. Nobody turns their license down. And then another store just Meat City. It wasn't Meat City at first. It was Piggly Wiggly.
Mhm.
So all of a sudden this year, but she said she wasn't on this side or whatever, so it wasn't in her control. But she would have turned everybody else down. But just so happened I get there. Oh, she turned me down, but she opened up Meat City with the wine and beer and whatever they sell. It's another gas station coming. There was.
Tell us where this is. Where's this location at?
The location's on Fairview, across from Joe's.
Okay. Right there, that little with the Chinese restaurant and everything.
Yes, the Chinese.
It's already a business.
Yes.
It used to be a liquor store there.
Yes, it has. It really has.
And
she said it's too much on that side already.
Okay, and I'm just trying to figure out what a law that says you can limit. Now, what the law does says, according to one of our city council members sent me a text, is that they got this thing about 2,500 feet. You can't have two things within 2,500 feet. Are you in 2,500 feet of anything?
No.
Okay. So what's these citizens? How can any citizen complain about Fairview Avenue, which is a thoroughfare which has all kind of businesses on it?
That's what I was.
So who's complaining about you?
She said the president in Ridgecrest. I have a
Ridgecrest.
Yes, the president in Ridgecrest.
2 miles up the road. I mean, where really?
Yes, and I have over 100 signatures on people who signed out for me that would love for me to have them.
So the one person has more power than the 100.
That's what it sounds like to me. It just so happened. What I don't understand is, I thought when I put an ad in the newspaper that if somebody wanted to come up there and come against me, that's how it would go.
Right.
But I didn't see nobody come up. Nobody. And then even on the last time I came, she said people in the audience that they're with her. They didn't give me a chance to talk, and nobody came up. Nobody came up.
Yeah, I saw it.
But she quit to give it to the next person, this person. I'm just saying, like.
Do you know her personally?
I never knew her. Other than I knew her name, I didn't know about her.
Right.
But personally, I do not. But you would think she know me. I don't understand why.
Well, she did give you her sympathies.
She gave her sympathy and said she was gonna help me.
Well, she had just got done saying before you came up how she wanted to support small businesses and entrepreneurialism.
Correct.
But you coming for her, you didn't take the woman out.
No, and it's hard as an entrepreneur, black entrepreneur at that, coming from nowhere, disabled at that, and coming and hand making products, bringing her kids in, trying to grow the community, trying to show them that it's actually. People like us that really want something in life and not just want to be disabled, depend on the system. So we need,
But my thing is that the Family Dollar and all those places sell beer and wine.
Yes, that's true. All of them.
And so why did she pick you to not do that?
She said because there's other people in the community that said they are tired of all this alcohol.
Well, then I would tell the city council, but then it's your job to get some other kind of businesses to come over there and start their businesses. So they're going to blame you for doing something that works because they have failed to get other businesses to come in the community.
Very true. Very true.
Now, are you gonna? Do you have any other avenue? Is there any other thing you can do besides sue the hell out of the city?
You say, is there anything? I think I really come about suing right now because we spent money trying to get everything together, my store, and that's a lot of work. And we also have to pay bills, so that's a lot.
Now there are going to ask you, well, why, since you're doing so many other things,
yes,
why do you want to sell beer and wine?
Because as we know that the alcohol industry is profitable, and I hand make
the state knows that. State will throw alcohol. The state will throw an alcohol building in your neighborhood quickly.
Yes, very quick on every different corners. So the thing is, I hand make all my products. I started from the bottom, from scratch, from out my kitchen, in my living room.
So what do you make?
I make sea moss body butter.
Now what's a sea moss?
Sea moss, it comes from the ocean, from Jamaica, and it has like 92 minerals that our bodies, need. And a lot of people support me from all over the world. I've had over 4,000 customers on my products because they see my skin and how I help other people with their skin and their bodies and their hair, they help my hair. I have bald spots everywhere. My hair would not grow back, so they see my hair, my children's hair, other customers, and it's just they support me. Amazon, Walmart, all that.
So you actually
international.
They take your okay.
But I hand make my products, and I've been with my kids. I've been making over like 7 products.
If we were going to say the impact on your business, not being able to sell, I'm going to assume you would survive if you didn't sell alcohol.
You say not business wise, it's gonna be hard.
Okay.
Because it takes money and funds to help, and nobody.
It's kind of like gas stations sell gas, not necessarily make a lot of money off gas, but what it does do is bring people
for the alcohol for more revenue. Because that's how they support their business.
Is there any attorney that reached out to you that said, we'll help you with this, or are you?
Not yet, but I'm sure waiting.
Okay, well, I know when I'll send you away.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I know when matter of fact, he'll be here at 8 o'clock.
Oh wow!
So we'll I don't know if he can win or not, but it's just I think just about everybody who's ever sued them though, I think they pretty much win.
Oh wow!
Because there's just no reason, there's no legal reason to keep you from doing it when people up the street can do exactly the same thing.
Correct. The same. I mean, that's not my color, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, are there any black folks on that street that is anybody black own liquor stores over there?
I don't see not one. Every time I go into the gas station, it's the people who don't support us and who call us the N-words and different things like that, but they don't say anything. There were all the troubles but why aren't they still in business? They have such a problem with alcohol.
That's true. Let me take a couple of calls here, see if somebody wants to talk to you. Good morning, who's this? Yes.
Young lady in Graham District.
Yeah, this is her.
Okay, man. If you can call me, this Wiggin boy, she did the same thing to me, and that is one black woman that do not need to be in office, and they got a campaign that we are trying to get her out of office. You can call me. My phone number is 263-1035. You can join the bandwagon. 263-1035, and I can tell you exactly what you need to do in order to proceed further. Audrey Graham is one of the worst persons that she must hate black people, and she needs to be called out on the. With them all the way, but she said that she wanted to grow in District 4, and she has not brought no type of economic development to that district. She is my city council person, so we're going to try to do everything we can to try to make sure that she do not be in a position where she allowed to turn down another black business who's trying to better themselves in their livelihood. Call me at 263-1035. And I'll let you know what you got to do. My name is Wiggin Boy.
Thank you so much.
Okay, appreciate it. Good morning. Who's this? Yes.
This is Brenda.
Miss Germany, I saw what happened to you, and I'm very sorry that you had to endure something like that. But there are a lot of inconsistencies in the approval of those licenses. I have never seen Calhoun got on the phone and called somebody that was not even at a meeting. I have never seen. There's no structure. There's people just arbitrarily doing things, and I don't want you to give up because we, the people, know what's going on. Some people can go in there and get those licenses just like that, and there are others that, well, I'm going to go along with the council person. That's not your responsibility to go along with no other council person. You should be able to think for yourself. And I'm really sorry that you had to endure something like that. But just keep the faith. Do you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Amen. Hey, appreciate it. One more call. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Fine.
Correct. Correct. On the side.
Thank you.
Well, we're just trying to figure out, though. Again, it's the only thing that all the other city councilmen will be subservient to. Okay, go ahead. Well, the black folks call each other the N-words. I mean, you know, I know, but I don't have a whole lot of time left. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know the difference. So, yeah. It don't, and we've been talking about it for years. They do not have a written criteria. Right. Yeah, Maine, yeah, where businesses are.
I'm from Ridgecrest.
Yeah. Yeah, I know where it's at. Right. Yeah. All right. Appreciate it. I got to take one more call, and then, you guys wanted to, in a few minutes, I'll let you give how people can assist you if they want to assist you in trying to solve this matter. Good morning. Yes. Mm-hmm.
No, but I have heard of some personal, not myself. I'm sorry, say it again. I know she heard about it.
Well, again, why should she have to sue? Yeah, but let me ask you, why should she have to be forced to sue to put a business in a business district? Well, it got you a call.
Thank you, though.
Okay. Again, that's an added expense that she should not have to go through to put up a legal business in an area of town on a street that's zoned for business. So everybody talking about sue. Lawyers cost money, and you don't want to spend a little money you got, because if you've ever owned your own business, you know that you put a lot of money into your business, and anything that's taken out of that business has to be recouped some kind of way, and most of the time that is a higher cost for goods and services. Okay, and then people frown their head at that. So suing is great. If you got a lot of money, that's fine. You shouldn't have to sue for what is legal, but sometimes you got to do it. All right, how can people reach out to you if they want to help you? Got a number?
They can reach me out at 334-320-6012, or find me on Facebook at Keila Germany, Quila, last name Germany.
Well, thanks. Good luck on that. Hopefully, we brought some attention to it. So, hey, who knows what happened?
Thank you so much.
Now, your WSFA 12 news.
You're always gonna get some idiot ain't gonna agree with you.
Yes, I understand, and that's fine. Of course, you have to do something.
See, when I heard it, I said, well, shit, but you're right there in the same business that Boyd used to own right there. It's a business place.
Correct. It is a business place, so it shouldn't be no problem with me selling alcohol there.
What are you doing, man?
And I'm not even doing liquor. I'm just doing wine. I appreciate the opportunity.
That's okay. I'm gonna be fighting on your side.
Thank you.
Stay positively rated at 23.1%. University is implementing a freeze due to, quote, current economic stresses. University President Mitch Henry said the school wants to ease the family burden. Tuition freeze will start for traditional students enrolling in the fall. I'm Jasmine Williams, and these are your morning headlines.
News Radio 1440 is WLWI AM and 95.1 HD3 FM of Montgomery.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Liberty Mutual.
I'm Linda Kenyon in Washington. The latest jobless report shows employers added 223,000 jobs in December. It's the latest sign of a solid labor market despite the Federal Reserve's interest rate hikes. The House will try again to choose a speaker today. Republican Kevin McCarthy still hasn't managed to muster up enough support to win the gavel. The latest from CBS's Robert Costa.
Late last night, some of these conservative holdouts felt they were making progress, a deal coming together with McCarthy, giving them more power on key committees, on fiscal policy, and on floor rules. But many McCarthy critics remain firm no's.
President Joe Biden and German Chancellor Olaf Scholz have agreed to send Ukraine heavy armored vehicles for ground fighting in the war with Russia.
We are going to provide the Bradley infantry fighting vehicles, the United States, to the Ukrainians. And the Germans are going to provide the Marder infantry fighting vehicles that they have.
Germany also will send a Patriot missile battery to Ukraine. The suspect in the murders of 4 Idaho college students has made his first court appearance in Idaho. CBS's Omar Villafranca was in the courtroom.
Murder suspect Brian Kohberger smiled at his public defender as he faced a judge in Idaho for the first time Thursday.
Count 2 alleges that you committed the felony offense of murder in the first degree. The maximum penalty for that offense, if you plead guilty or are found guilty, is up to death and/or imprisonment for life. Do you understand?
Yes. He's charged with stabbing Kaylee Gonsalves, Madison Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin to death in the early morning hours of November 13th.
The suspect is being held without bail. The Texas school shooter's mother is in trouble with the law. CBS's Jim Crisula reports.
Adriana Reyes, the mother of the Uvalde school shooter, has been arrested in Oklahoma City on charges of assault and battery and threatening to perform an act of violence. Police had responded to a call at a residence about a woman threatening to kill a man. The man told officers he was terrified of Reyes and was afraid she might kill him in his sleep.
Reyes denied making threats, but a witness corroborated the man's claims. Much of California is soaked.
The so-called atmospheric river clouds of rain that drenched the California coast moved inland toward Nevada, but
widespread flooding from Redding, California, all the way down into LA. It will be a parade of storms, one after another. As one storm exits, another one enters.
Mike Bettis at the Weather Channel.
There's very little relief inside. Another 12 inches of rain anticipated in Northern California, flash flooding and mudslides. Then you see 5 to 6 feet of snow in the Sierra Nevada, as well as an avalanche danger.
This is CD.
Nobody should have to pay for one-size-fits-all insurance coverage. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Do you know what people see when they Google you? Search engines don't always get it right. And when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender at 800-401-6681. Reputation Defender by Norton is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes unflattering information down to lower pages of your search results, where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, letting you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 for free advice on your situation. 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681.
A bill to strengthen abortion rights in Minnesota has passed its first test. CBS's Jennifer Kuiper has the story.
A Minnesota House Health Panel takes up the Protect Reproductive Options Act, listening to testimony from 24 people, including those against the bill, like this mother holding her child.
There's no doubt that the PRO Act is dangerous for women.
Supporters say the bill would establish a fundamental right to make autonomous decisions about reproductive health. Dr. Amy Hertz is an OBGYN.
That access to comprehensive reproductive health care services is essential to women's health and well-being.
The House panel has passed the PRO Act on a vote of 11 to 8, sending it to its next committee stop on an expedited path to a House floor vote. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
The Idaho Supreme Court has dismissed lawsuits brought by Planned Parenthood that sought to block the state's new abortion bans. The majority of the justices said the state constitution offers no fundamental right to abortion. Opponents applauded the decision. Linda Kenyon, CBS News.
How do you and your staff get things done? Teamwork. When the team works together, they can do anything. That's why all of us at Janney King, the King of Cleaning, are excited to team up with you. At Janney King, our team has been working together for over 35 years, cleaning your places for work, education, medical attention, eagerly.
Well, thank you, sir. Did you hear my guess?
I did.
What do you think about that?
I got a complaint with your city councilman now that you've been redistricted a little bit.
Yeah, I have been.
I'm gonna say it on the radio. Okay. Tell Audrey Mickey's here. He says hello.
Mickey's here. He says hello. Fine. Fine.
So you can rank higher than your competition. Get started today at cumulusboost.com. CUMULUSboost.com.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays
No, I
at
would
3
agree.
p.m. for the Encore Show.
Okay. Well, now you're on my cell phone, right? Let me get the VIP line. You can call in as soon as we come back on in about 5 minutes or so.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic. Brought to you
But I'd rather hear from you than me interpret what you're saying. So might as well just 323-0042. 0042. Give me about 5 minutes. All right.
Good morning, Montgomery. Got a couple of minor accidents.
I am the man.
I can listen to it for sure.
Highway 143 at Cedar Hill Road in Roseberry and Harvard. See something else good?
When you look at the word man in the dictionary, my picture's there.
Santa Claus brought us something to your home. Indoor and outdoor systems. It's an exciting time. And that's where we bring to your life. All the gated visible fence.
I'm on the radio now in Montgomery. I got some folks coming to the office, and then at 12 I got to go to Butler County with Judge McPhair.
Let Chico's Auto Pros show some love with our super savings on tires. Chico's Auto Pros.
Your morning espresso starts right here. It's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
The agenda is already set. In other words, I don't think there's going to be any disagreement in the entire Republican caucus on the issue of Jim Jordan in the judiciary investigating whether the FBI has been politicized and the DOJ has been weaponized. I don't think there's any disagreement. I don't think there's any disagreement with Jim Comer, House Oversight Committee, leading the investigation into the Biden family syndicate. That is in stone. Looking into the origins of COVID and Dr. Fauci, those are investigations that we
The judge in Lowndes County says hello.
So my
Does he
point
know?
is this, is I don't see one Republican
Hey,
disagreeing
what
with
happened to
that.
that guy that shot the sheriff? He's still with. Oh, they get him useful offender, didn't they?
Well, no, he's still sitting in jail in Elmore County. He's going to go to trial
Repeat after me. I am not stuck with these
probably
old
next year. His lawyer's
at
out.
home at McBlinds.com. You can save up to
Troy
40% off
Hughes died.
site-wide on premium custom window treatments right now. They have free professional design consultants available when you need them to help you pick out the best blinds.
Man,
and so much more.
nowhere to
And
get
they
out. I
help
gotta
you
go
measure
share some of
and
these.
installation.
Right back.
They will help you there as well. Now shop at
Yeah, that's
blinds.com
donuts.
right now. Save up to 40% off site-wide, including
Woodley
40%
Road?
off
I mean,
all sheer shades.
Wood Beer?
Rules and restrictions may apply. You know, tragically, last year had a record number of school shooting victims. Now, in active shooter incidents, schools go on lockdown, and locked doors impede law enforcement's access. Now, with Knox, both school officials and law enforcement have access to key cards, keys, floor plans, and getting them into those locked doors. Get Knox. Just go to schoolentry.com. That's their website, schoolentry.com. Schoolentry.com.
There's a threat targeting America. One that's growing fast, but may still be hard to see. Lyme disease. Spread by tiny ticks, often smaller than the head of a pin. This dangerous disease is now more widespread than West Nile, tuberculosis, and HIV/AIDS combined. And if left untreated, it can lead to arthritis, facial paralysis, and even memory and concentration problems, often called brain fog. As the threat of Lyme disease grows to more than 300,000 projected cases each year, it's time for us to target Lyme disease. That means checking for ticks when you've been outside, even in your own backyard.
Alrighty then.
It means seeing a doctor who experience the symptoms.
How's the missus? She is well.
Flu-like symptoms, fever, fits,
Happy New Year. You yours? Yeah.
set your sights on stopping Lyme. Learn how you can target Lyme disease at targetlyme.org. Brought to you by the Stephen and Alexander Cohen Foundation and this station.
I got smart about mortgages. Now it's my house I go home to.
I got smart about credit cards. Now paper or plastic has a whole new meaning. When it comes to your money,
Huh? Yeah, well, you know, that's the affirmative action, Mike.
Is a free online resource from the National Endowment for Financial Education. We're an independent nonprofit
foundation dedicated to helping people just like you get sound information about money.
I don't know how that is on the radio. I guess I word cheap.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Okay, all right, we are back. I am expecting a call any moment now from Audrey Graham. However, I told you I got another guest, and my good friend Mickey McDermott, attorney at law, United States Army paratrooper, ranger, and all the rest, and Green Beret. Now I wore all of those, but I can't lie and say I was out. Okay, the accurate statement would be I served with the Green Berets also. I just want to let you know that.
And we appreciate your service.
Yeah, I appreciate yours. They wouldn't let a brother because I was in the mess hall. They wouldn't let me go to them schools. Although I have to tell you, I don't think when I was at Bragg, I don't really think I wanted to go to that school. Anyway, now I did want to go to Ranger School, but they didn't give me priority. And now looking back, yeah, it probably was a good move they didn't. It's cold up there in Dahlonega, Georgia, in places like that. And where was not the jungle part, the water part? Didn't you go to Eglin or someplace like that?
You go to Herbert Field down in Florida for the swamp phase.
Yeah.
You have the desert phase, swamp phase, and mountain phase.
Yeah.
But all that aside,
yeah,
it's good to see you.
Yeah.
Happy New Year to you and yours.
Yeah.
And good to see our city councilman up and about.
Yeah.
Calling in.
Yeah.
Participating with the citizens.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
I understand you've been redistricted a little bit.
I've been redid. They don't know what they don't know what they heaped upon my city council person, but
I think your city council person needs to start looking for some matching funds, because Coliseum Boulevard and Old Federal Road, that part of Federal Road, oh my gosh, that's probably some of the worst streets in Montgomery. And it has all that traffic from Ann Street, from Zelda Road, Madison Avenue, all of that funnels for those folks coming and going to Wetumpka. And they go in front of the National Guard and the Coliseum, and all of that traffic there's a farmer's market and all those businesses there. And that is some of the worst paved streets in Montgomery. It's horrible.
Let me ask you something. You heard the last conversation we were having, and I'm somewhat confused. If you get a liquor license, is there a prohibition of how much liquor you can sell?
Unless there's ABC, Alabama Beverage Control restrictions on the type or the quantity, then the more you sell, the more money you make, the more taxes you pay, the better off our society is.
So if you stop one liquor store from coming, but the other liquor store decides to up their inventory, aren't we selling the same amount of liquor?
Well, I think you're probably right there. I can certainly see that the residents in one small, or say there's a strip mall a block from your house, and it's got 3 or 4 liquor stores, a vape store.
Right.
What kind of crowd is it attracting? What kind of traffic is that going to entail to the neighborhood? What's that going to do to property values? And when and I think a city councilman reacting to their citizens is a good thing. I understand limiting, you don't want to limit certain types of businesses. And I've been in front of the city council many times trying to argue for a license for a nightclub or a liquor store. I've done it myself a few times for clients. And the old adage of the loudest voice getting attention, and city councilmen, they're politicians. They have to react to their citizenry. And at the same time, they do have a duty to increase revenue, taxes, tax base. If you can get more businesses in, you certainly want to do that. But the question comes up, does the neighborhood and the community want to support a certain type of business and have that reputation? Because that's going to reflect on their property values, and the quality of life in their neighborhoods.
But again, and here's my argument to that. When they raise taxes and we say, no, we don't want any more, they raise them anyway.
Well, not
most of the time they raise them anyway.
Sometimes, you know, and the good thing about the way Alabama law is structured, we get to vote like on property taxes and millage rates for school systems and things like that.
But we don't get to vote on sales tax.
We sure don't.
Okay.
We rely on our city council. I will admit that probably 10 years ago, I represented the first responders in Wetumpka. I'm sorry, in Prattville. And we had massive numbers of turnouts of law enforcement and first responders to petition the city council to raise a 1 cent sales tax increase so that that money could be earmarked just for first responders. And we had multiple city council meetings, and that 1 cent sales tax prevented Prattville from losing and having to make cuts in its fire, police, paramedics, 911 dispatchers. And it really worked good for Prattville because I think people feel safe in Prattville. Montgomery is growing and thriving. We've got a new industrial base that's growing and coming across from Hyundai with the Amazon distribution center and the new FedEx distribution center. These are good things, good jobs. And city councilmen have to walk a fine line, I think, in trying to keep citizens happy and keeping the community growing.
But it seems to me, though, if a business is legal, it's legal. The state of Alabama, from what I understand, constitutionally, can come in and put a liquor store or on just about damn near where they want to put it without. And none of our city, I asked the mayor Monday, I said Tuesday, nobody ever fights it. Okay, so what? They got the authority constitutionally, but everybody can be sued.
Well, yeah, that's true. And nobody's taken up that fight. We rely on the ABC system for taxes, and these private independent liquor stores generate taxes, but they tend not to be as, or they tend to be a little bit more of a magnet of trouble.
Yeah. I got Councilwoman Audrey Graham on the phone. Good morning, Audrey. Yeah, hope your ears are not burning, but you know, we did have some conversation about you this morning, and we were wondering, Miss German, you brought her down there a couple of times. You know, she said she came down one time and you weren't there. You came down another time, you summarily turned her down. She's in a business complex. Boyd used to own that place. And you turned her down again when the general store, whatever them general stores are now, they can sell beer and wine, but we're going to stop a small person from doing the same thing that the big guys are doing. Explain that process to me. But that's not her fault. That's not her fault that no other business wants to move in there. She wants to sell beer and wine. The big boys are selling it, and so why not? Nobody lives right there on Fairview Avenue. That's not a commercial. That's not a residential area. That is a business area right there. So. I like it. But it is legal. It is legal though. There's no law. There's no law against it. $2,500 and then but Audrey, I don't think she's right next to a business. She's closer than 2,500 feet from somebody else selling alcohol. Do you? But you don't know for sure. Okay. But isn't that the thing though? But isn't that the thing? If she's outside the 2,500 feet thing, shouldn't we give her a license? But you, I don't understand that. It's a business. Other people are selling it. I don't get that. You guys don't have anything on paper that tells these people what they must do. So what if the community? Yeah, there's no ordinance said that the neighborhood. Right, but there's no ordinance that said the neighborhood association president or any amount of citizens have to agree with you. What? Yeah. Mm-hmm. But she's not just selling, but she's not just selling that. She's selling other, like the gas station. There's Jack's right there. There's CVS. I'm just saying the small people, y'all have control over, but the state comes in and puts a liquor store on Fairview Avenue, and y'all just sit by and take that. So the state so the state can do what a private citizen can. They can come put a business anywhere on Fairview Avenue they want to. But the small person like this woman who's just trying to make a living, you guys are going to take it out on her, but nobody's even fault the state on this. I know constitutionally they can do it, but nobody's even fault them. But we fight the little guy. Right? But I'm just saying, but nobody fights them though. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. How many people came against this? Can you give me a number about how many people told you they didn't want it? Because there's about 22,000 people, a little bit more, a little less, in each district. Percentage-wise, in that district, what percentage of your district said they didn't want her to do it? Well, that ain't a whole lot of people from 22,000. But you also didn't see that majority of that 22,000 say they disagree with her. It's on a business street. It's on Fairview. I'm just perplexed that why we would turn her down. Right? Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, you stood your ground. Yeah. Okay. So one more question, but you don't know, right? But well, it does seem. Wait a minute. It does seem that it's a prejudice here. So you've been wrong a lot of times. This is what you're telling me. You're turning a lot of people down. Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, if she sues the city, then right. But well, that's true. But right. Okay. Right. But you just don't want her to sell alcohol like everybody else does. Well, why do gas stations sell alcohol? Right. Right. Okay. Okay. All right. Is there well, let me ask you, is there any businesses on the horizon that want to that you know that want to locate in that area or near that area right now? Is there any business on the horizon that says we want to do you know any that said we want to come in that area of Fairview Avenue? And therein lies my problem. She puts a business over there. She wants to sell this and sell that, but you guys don't know of any businesses coming over there. So now we just if she can't do what she wants to do and loses her business, whatever the case may be, gas stations sell alcohol also, but it's a gas station. They sell alcohol. Exactly. I'm telling you, if you're gonna stop one, well, if you're gonna stop one, say, why do we need to pick up alcohol when we go get gas? Why do we need to pick up alcohol when we go get gas? Right. Okay. Well, I didn't throw it in there. Okay, I'm just saying. All right. Okay, let me ask you one more question. We we just we're just gonna sue y'all on that one. But let me ask another question that's more important. I know. Listen, let me ask you a question. It is my understanding that the majority, or at least a few people on our city council, happen to be a lighter persuasion than you and I, are not planning to run. What's your thought on that? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And I believe you have been. I believe you have been. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. But it's legal. It's not right. But alcohol is legal, Councilwoman. So, but we got shot houses. Wait a minute. We got shot houses that people know where they selling alcohol at, and they still open. No, they don't. And therein lies the problem. Yeah. Right, right. Okay. So we pick on the little person trying to start a business and trying to sell a little alcohol while the other guys go. Okay. Well, you didn't help her. I mean, you didn't help her. You didn't help her business, but by denying her when everybody around her can sell it. You didn't help her. Okay. Well, okay. Yeah. Okay. But 2,500 feet, Audrey. Right. Okay. Okay. I mean, but 2,500 feet is the standard. And if she's not within 2,500 feet of another store that sells it, then what? Yeah. Yeah, I have. Yeah. Not. Yes. Yes. Hey. What? I didn't know. I was watching TV that day and I saw y'all on there doing the thing. If I'd have been down there, I'd have called you. I'd have called you out on that. But I still think you do a good job. I still think you do a good, right. We just disagree on this. Legal business is a legal business. And you guys need, one more thing, you guys need to put something on paper down there concerning these liquor licenses so everybody's not left to the whim of one city council person. Y'all need to do that. What? I ain't talking about the order. I'm talking about everybody. The only thing that you guys can get together on is denying people on a liquor license, even though the other people may think it's okay. But they will capitulate. They will go with the one city council who represents the area. That's the only time that happens. Other than that, you guys work as separate members of the whole. But on liquor licenses, everybody gives in to the council district person who runs that district, and I think that's unfair. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I ain't mad. Yeah. How much? Okay. I'm with you. But 20 people don't make a community. Well, I'd have been more impressed that the members of the community came down there, not just them. We don't know what that members of those communities saying. We know what they say they're saying. Okay. All right. Well, that's true too. All right. 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 Okay. But everybody around her, but let's not admit everybody around her can sell alcohol. Except her. Yeah. Okay. So they can. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got you. So we need to correct. We need to correct. Yeah. We need to correct some of those injustices. Listen, I gotta go. Thank you, Artie, for coming up. Come back. Mickey McDermott is with us. A man who knows a lot more about these laws than I do. Or anything else.
Councilwoman.
Yeah.
Graham.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure, and I wanted to thank you for coming in here, talking to the citizens, engaging in debate, helping shine some light on the process to the community. and for all you do. I've known you 20 years, Audrey, and we're so proud of you.
And we are. We just disagree. We just disagree on this issue. But I think for the most
well,
part, you do a good job.
And it's politics and community, and it's balancing your position with the community's needs, and that's what representative government's all about.
And we're not always going to agree. We certainly don't agree on this one. Appreciate it, Harvey. Got to take a break. We'll come back. Megan McDermott is with us. We'll be back.
These are fire plugs. Y'all do good. That was a good debate. That was the core value of your show. Your show, right there.
But they full of crap. they full of crap with it. So we're gonna let everybody around us sell liquor, but we ain't gonna let her sell it.
Well, so you know, somebody was that one voice, and she drowned out everybody else's voice.
But this morning I was that one voice.
You sure was.
But I think she is a pretty good city council person. I mean, one thing I respect about her. Whatever she believes, that's what she believes. And that's what I'd rather know what you believe and fight that than know exactly which way you're going, you know. But the problem is, like I asked her, there are no businesses on the horizon that say we want to move to that part of Fairview Avenue. So, and you know what they're saying about broken windows or something. So I mean, the building's going to stay, and she, I don't think she's going to last very long if she don't get that thing. You got to like gas, like I told her, gas stations sell gas.
Well,
why they need liquor?
There's everything that community wants is right there as far as goods and services.
Yeah.
And that may be the reason businesses don't locate there, is because there is an overabundance of alcohol.
But there's certain kind of, you realize there's not a top
How do you and your staff get things done? Teamwork. When a team works together, they can do anything. That's why all of us at Janny King, the king
there are a lot of businesses that could be. What I'm looking for is businesses that enhance.
Over 35 years, cleaning your business from work, education, medical,
So we don't have
delivery, stands, and
What
worship.
you don't have
Our team helps your team. Go to JannyKingCleans.com.
Pig Wicks are closed. I don't know if the Red Roads moved into the old Pig Wicks. I'll drive over there.
My brother-in-law
They're
died
called
suddenly.
food deserts.
Now my sister and her kids have to
When
sell their
Calhoun
home.
was alive,
That's why I told my
Michelle
husband we
Obama
could not put
got
off
him-
getting life
he was
insurance
part of the
any
grant.
longer.
They got
An
$50
agent offered us a
million
10-year,
to put
$500,000
grocery
policy
stores
for
in
nearly $50 a month.
low-income
Then we
stores.
called SelectQuote.
You know, that's why he had
SelectQuote
stores
found us
out on
identical coverage
Fairview,
for only
out
$19 a month.
and
A savings of $369 a year.
once the grant
Whether
money
you need
was
a
up,
$500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than
That's why I
50%
wound
on
up out
term
there in
life insurance.
California.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote
You know,
at
he died in the same room with
1-800-683-7713. That's 1-800-683-7733. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-683-7733.
You know, his
That's
partner, Steve Harvey, they own that
1-800-683-7733.
pellet plant
SelectQuote.
down in Selma.
We shop. You save. Full details on example
grill,
policies at
wood
SelectQuote.com/commercials.
grills.
Right.
They make them down there in Selma.
Hi, this is Tom Latham with Penny Earning Concrete Technologies. For years, you've heard me talking about our concrete projects, from stamped and patterned concrete to foundations for commercial manufacturing, driveways to commercial parking lots, even heavily invested in polished concrete for durable and inexpensive long-term service. What you may not know is we have equipment for clearing lots for construction, clearing and ridding land of scrub and underbrush. We cut roads, clear fence lines, clear pond dams, and pretty much any application where land is overgrown. We have mulchers that can grind underbrush into shreds and return it to nature for compost. Our equipment is minimally invasive, not disturbing and upturning your property where additional grading might be necessary. To clean or clear your property, call Penny Earned at 334-284-9292 and let us transform your overgrown property into a manageable and productive one. Check us out on Facebook at Transformers or call 334-284-9292.
Job, finances, everything's so crazy.
Let's see. Name one other attorney.
Sam is Smart About Money, a free online resource from the nonprofit.
Yeah, Rand, that's it,
for financial
Rand.
education.
Yeah,
Get empowered. Reach your financial goals. Visit samican.org.
The U.S. Supreme Court was established on the principles of fairness, dignity, and impartiality, but it's really a mess. I'm Leon Napalm, and I want to tell you about a new show I'm working on called 5 to 4. 9 justices that compose the Supreme Court are not the smartest people in the country.
No.
We are. That's right. Every week, Peter, Rhiannon, and Michael are going to take on a legally dubious Supreme Court decision. Listen and subscribe to 5 to 4, free wherever you get your podcasts, from the Westwood One Podcast Network, where the conversation starts.
Don't miss Sean Hannity.
Biden incoherently adheres
Live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
I saw how he plays Steve Manuel just read his resignation.
Okay, we are back. Good morning, everybody. Yes, Mickey McDermott, attorney at law. So if you got any questions or you want to talk to him, or we'll just talk amongst ourselves. Let's go take some calls. Good morning. Who is this? Turn that radio down there.
Yeah, I'll show
Good morning.
up to it. I'll show up to it.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. All right, let me get back to the radio. Bye.
Mm-hmm. Well, who's got houses on Fairview Avenue? And I understand, but nobody complains when the gas stations sell liquor too. Well, that's where, wait a minute, that's where her business is in. That's where her business is. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Now let's again. I respect Audrey Graham for standing up for what she believes is right, but I have a right to believe what she believes is wrong. They can put it anywhere they want to. But wait a minute. Then go up the ladder. Then go up the ladder. I do. Mickey?
Yeah, well, I think you make a valid point, sir, that the process is lengthy, it's expensive, and the outcome is questionable when you go fight the state, because the state has a tendency in the legal system to carry a bigger stick because they are supposed to be representing the interest of the entire state.
You're right.
And they don't necessarily have always done that historically. But the gentleman, Kevin, makes a good point.
Mm-hmm.
The voters reached out to Audrey.
20 of them.
Well, and that 20 is probably representative of 20 times 15 or 30. Because the people who, and we'll all be honest, you go up and down Fairview Avenue doesn't look as good as it should.
That's
okay.
That's true.
And I have seen in my many years of living in Montgomery, I have seen politician after politician talk about upgrading the sidewalks.
I know, and we've been hearing that for 30 years, and it doesn't happen.
And paving the roads.
Right.
But if you don't make the business owners dress it up, if you don't make the people,
Which costs money,
and
they get that money by that business.
That's right. But Chicago had this problem about 25 years ago. One of the solutions that they did was they passed an ordinance that if your business set vacant for more than a year, they had the right to take it over and turn it down, tear it down, and turn it into green space.
Okay, let me check. Good morning. Who's this? Yeah. Okay. Mm. Okay. Okay. I mean, I don't want to make the whole show about her, but yeah. Okay. Well, I get, and I hear, but I don't want to get into personal attacks. I mean, philosophical ones I can handle. Mickey.
Pleasure as always, Kevin. He's got a point, and he's entitled to his opinion. As far as me railroading the gun family, I feel for the gun family. My job is to represent clients, white, black, men, or women, doesn't matter. When I represent them, I represent them the best I can. And whether it's a young white police officer or old black man charged with a crime,
you represent them equally.
I'm going to represent them the best I can.
Yeah, I know that to be true. Good morning. Who's this?
Yes, sir. Actually, it's the opposite. Most legislation is written broadly and vaguely, and then later on it has to be challenged for specificity in court. We do that all the time. But let's remember, the city council writes legislation. They get reviews by their own in-house legal division, and they tailor it to the needs that they tend to want to get the outcome from. That's their job. Well, I think I think you really can, because let's remember, they're not in the job of enforcing the law. They're in the job of making a political decision for their constituents. That's what representative government's all about. Now, in this particular case, it may wind up in and they might very well, and they might be successful. This what's her name?
Germany.
Miss Germany, bless her heart. She may have an uphill battle, and that's why there are checks and balances. That's why there is a mechanism to challenge when you believe that the outcome from a city council or the enforcement of a law is unfair and not being applied broadly across the board or equally. And she has a case. Okay.
Can I tell her?
She has an argument.
Can I tell her to go ahead?
I don't do that kind of law, but she can call me and I'll give her the names. I'll give her the names. That's not a problem. Okay. But let's remember, politicians are politicians.
Mm-hmm.
They have a core set of values, they have a goal, and they have people that they represent. It's a representative government. Now, do our politicians represent my particular interest in the way that I want every time? Absolutely not. Now, you heard from the callers. There are callers that are supporting Ms. Graham's decision, and
Right.
callers who are
Both sides.
disagreeing.
Both
Okay?
sides.
You yourself are disagreeing.
Right.
That's what representative government is. I think it's a wonderful exercise that we have the right in this country, thanks to you, Kevin, who stood up, wore a uniform, carried a weapon, so that men and women can get up here and argue all day long. They can go to court. They can get decisions put before the people on the ballot box. If they don't like Ms. Graham,
Vote her out.
they can go for vote.
Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Quickly, I'm running out of time. Yes.
Well, let me jump in there, ma'am. One thing you can do is you can contact the federal government and complain that the building or the area is not handicap accessible. It's a requirement under federal law that there be ramps, lit areas for the handicap. Personally, about a year and a half ago, I got a bad COVID shot and I was paralyzed for a while. I was in a wheelchair for a while. And I can tell you from personal experience, there's only 4 handicap spots near the courthouse in Montgomery. 4, okay? They're always full, and you can't get to them, and they're hard to get to. There's only 2 in front of the probate court, because I had to find every single one of those for about a year while I was temporarily disabled. And I know the problem. I have complained myself. There are places that are the federal law just is not being applied, and downtown Montgomery, when it's dark, it can be a scary place.
Can be. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Who's this? Yes.
Yes, sir. Well, it depends on the circumstances. 15-year-olds almost never face incarceration beyond the age of 19 under Alabama law. Okay, I'm sorry. What?
Did Lateef get 65 years?
Okay. Okay, who are we talking about here again?
I think it's Lakeith Smith, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, that's the case over in Elmore County, the young man who refused to take the plea deal and the judge hammered him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember this, and I think that case went back up on appeal and then had to go back for a resentencing before the judge. In that particular case, judges have wide latitude in sentencing. The parameters of sentencing sometimes are reflective of conduct, attitude, not just the facts of the crime.
But at 15, you're going to have an attitude.
Not necessarily. I can't say that without knowing the particular facts. And it's well, actually, he had counsel. He has appellate counsel, and I have a business and a practice to run. So I'm not in the habit of looking over the shoulders of every other attorney and the decisions made. Whether I agree or not with what the judge did in that case, that's why we have appellate review, the sentence reviews, and appointed attorneys.
But you got to scratch your head. A guy who didn't kill anybody, the police killed him, but he happens to be there, and that's that law they got.
Well, the co-conspirator law in Alabama, it's vicious. It's vicious. I fight it all the time.
All right, take one more call, then we're going. Okay. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Yeah, I can hear you quickly because I'm running out of time. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, that's wonderful. And plead the blood, brother. Plead the blood.
Anyway, we don't have any more. I know I got some calls, but I just don't have the time. I would be unfair to you to take any calls or anything like it. Megan McDermott's been my guest, our attorney at law here. You, what kind of law you do?
I'm a trial attorney. I go to trial.
Okay.
I represent administrative hearings at state and local levels, and
where you got a number? Somebody needs it. So,
I'm not here. I'm not here to advertise. I'm here just to be a citizen and a good friend with a good man that I've known.
I'm glad you said that because I would have had to explain that free advertisement to my salespeople back there. I don't want to do that. See you guys later.
All right, brother.
News Radio 1440.
Good morning,
had to explain that. However, man, why don't y'all advertise?
I started advertising a few years ago, and I get so busy, I can't keep up.
Well,
I'm actually expanding my building down in Lowndes County because I'm getting so much business down there.
Well, then that means you can just afford to pay me for advertising whether you're in business or not.
And I'm gonna start doing that. All right, brother. I'm going. And whatever you do, don't get in a room with Audrey. She'll beat you up.
I won't.
University president Mitch Henry said the school wants to be a burden. Tuition freeze will start for traditional students enrolling in the fall. I'm Jasmine Williams, and these are your morning headlines.
News Radio 1440, WLWI AM, the home of the Dan Bongino Show. Also on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, Alabama, a Cumulus media station.
Ever wonder why your business doesn't show up on online search maps, but your competitors do? It's hundreds of things. Things that Cumulus Boost can identify and fix. And that's how we boost your findability. CumulusBoost.com. CUMULUS Boost.com.
Jenny King, the king of queens. How do you and your staff get things done? Teamwork. When a team works together, they can do anything. That's why all of us at Janny King, the king of clean, are excited to team up with you. At Janny King, our team has been working together for over 35 years, cleaning your places for work, education, medical attention, eateries, stadiums, and worship. Let our team help your team. Go to JannyKingCleans.com and trust your clean to the king. That's JannyKingCleans.com.
Janny King, the king of clean. Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Another nice day today, although a little cooler than yesterday by a few degrees. We'll get up to about 60, give or take, under mainly sunny skies. Just a few afternoon clouds swinging on through. That would be about it. The wind will be light for today. Cold again tonight, mid and upper 30s. Patchy frost is possible to start your Saturday. Saturday is looking great, upper 60s, sunshine, but rain moves in. I think a little bit of light rain is possible on Sunday. That's your First Alert Forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Telling it like it really is. That's the fact. Yeah. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
In December, CBS business analyst Jill Schlesinger breaks it down for us.
Areas that saw consistent job growth throughout 2022, healthcare employment, construction, retail trade, manufacturing, and professional and business